Le rêve des amoureux sont comme le bon vent. Welcome back to my channel, Math and Language. This is James, your Math and Language instructor, and today we're going to discuss Chapter 2 of How to Speak French, which is the gender, asking questions, and basic grammar. In the previous video, we have tackled about French pronunciation. This time, we're going to do the grammar part. So in this chapter, we have 9 lessons, starting with Lesson 1, Definite Articles, Lesson 2, French Nouns and Gender. Next, we have Basic Questions. Lesson 4, Gender of Places. Lesson 5, Plural Nouns. Lesson 6 is about Indefinite Articles. And Lesson 7 is Cardinal Numbers. Lesson 8 is Ordinal Numbers. And the last lesson for Chapter 2 is Days, Months, and Seasons. Alright, so let's start with the first lesson, Definite Articles. We have 4 definite articles, starting with le, la, l apostrophe, and les. Ginagamit natin ng le pag masculine yung noun, at la naman pag feminine. L apostrophe pag front of noun starting with a vowel or a mute h, regardless ng gender. At les naman yung plural. So let's see some examples. We have for masculine, that's le téléphone, le mouton, les hommes, l'avion, l'hôtel. The translation is the telephone, the sheep, the men, the plane, the hotel, respectively. And for the feminine, that's la maison, la tortue, l'américaine. Alright, so let's move to the lesson 2, French nouns and gender. So French nouns and gender, may mga rules tayo. Paano natin malalaman? Ano ba natin malalaman kung masculine or feminine ang gender ng noun? Okay, so we have the first rule. Nouns ending in age or age, ment, mon, or eau, or o, tend to be masculine. Let's see some examples. First one is le paysage, landscape. Le gouvernement, government. Le manteau, coat. Second rule naman tayo. Nouns ending in t, al, ail, EIL, or ISME also tend to be masculine. Examples: l'objet, le cristal, le travail, le sommeil, le journalisme. The third rule, we have nouns ending in ur, ons, chon, tion, te, vi, and e tend to be feminine. First example, we have l'exposition. The translation is nandun naman sa kanan. Second, we have la beauté, la citrouille, la merveille, la culture, la différence, la tendance, la décision. Alright, so fourth rule na tayo. We have some nouns that refer to people can be changed from masculine to feminine by adding an e to the masculine form. First example, l'ami, or friend in French. So, dadagdagan ko lang siya ng letter E para maging feminine na siya. So, kung kaibigan mo lalaki, l'ami lang without an E. Pag babae, with E na. Next one, l'étudiant. Okay, that's student. Pag babae, l'étudiant. So, dito, nabibigkas mo na yung letter T pag babae. Pag hindi, pag lalaki, that's, di mo mabibigkas yung letter T. Ulitin ko. For male student, that's l'étudiant. Pag babae, l'étudiant. So, paano naman kung lawyer? So, that will be, for male lawyer, that will be l'avocat. L'avocat. Pag babae, l'avocat. L'avocat. For Frenchman, that will be le français. Le français. For French woman, that's la française. La française. Right, so let's move to the next rule. We have nouns with certain endings form the feminine in other ways. So, medyo may pagkakomplikado to konti. Kaso may pattern naman. Mostly may mga words na nagkatapos sa EUR ay magiging EUSE pag gagawing babae. First example, we have le chanteur. Le chanteur, male singer. Pag female singer, la chanteuse. La chanteuse. Paano pag salesperson na lalaki? That will be le vendeur. Le vendeur. Paano pag babaeng salesperson? That will be la vendeuse. La vendeuse. Next, we have IER, magiging IERE, or ER to ERE. First example, we have le passager. Le passager will become la passagère. From male passenger, le passager, to la passagère. Next, l'ouvrier. L'ouvrier. So it will become l'ouvrière. From male worker, l'ouvrier, to l'ouvrière, female worker. Dito tayo, mayroon namang PEUR, magiging PRICE. So first example, we have le directeur. Le directeur. For that one, magiging la directrice. La directrice. Okay, pag actor, l'acteur. Pag babae or actress, l'actrice. L'actrice. Next rule tayo, we have IEN, magiging IENNE. Let's see the examples. We have le musicien. Le musicien. Pag babae, la musicienne. La musicienne. Next, we have l'italien. L'italien. And pag babae, l'italienne. L'italienne. Right, so let's move to the next rule. We have a few nouns have different meanings in the masculine and feminine. Let's see some examples na lang. First one, we have le livre. So that's book. Pag la livre, that's pound. Next, le tour. That's trip or ride. Pag tower naman, magiging la tour. Okay? Le poste is job or television set. Pag la poste, that's post office. Next, we have le moule, mold or form. And pag muscle naman, that's la moule. And for stove, that will be le poêle. And for frying pan, that's la poêle. Okay, let's have the last rule for French nouns and gender. You have for the family members naman. Le père is father. La mère is mother. Le fils. Alright, take note ang basa dito is le fils. I know bakit pinopronounce natin yung S tapos hindi pinopronounce yung L. Exemption to the rule to. Okay? Ulitin ko, for son, that's le fils. For daughter, that's la fille. For brother, that's le frère. And sister is la sœur. Alright, so ang technique lang dito, most of the words in French na nagtatapos sa letter E ay babae or feminine sa gender. However, may mga strict rules tayo na sinusunod, may mga exemption to the rules din tayo. So, memorize na lang natin itong mga rules na to, kaso ang pinaka-guide natin, pag E talaga nagtatapos sa E, that's, babae, yung gender. Alright, so let's move to the next lesson. We have asking basic questions. So, for who, that is qui in French. And for what, that's quel. Okay, nakikita nyo dun sa screen nyo, bakit dalawa yung quel? Yung quel na Q-U-E-L lang. We will be discussing that in the next lesson. But for now, gagamitin muna natin yung Q-U-E-L-L-E. Let's see some example sentences. Number 1, quelle est la profession de la mère de James? I will repeat. Quelle est la profession de la mère de James? So, what is the profession of James' mother? La mère de James est avocate. La mère de James est avocate. So, James' mother is a lawyer. So, sa madali lang yung translation yan, let's do it word by word. Quel is what? Yung EST or A, that's is. La profession is the profession. We use la kasi feminine ang gender ng profession. De la mère de James. Of the mother of James. So, of James' mother. Dun sa la mère de James ay avocat. So, la mère is the mother. De is of. And James is, siyempre, James. So, the mother of James. So, James' mother. So, yung A is, and avocat is a lawyer. Next, paano natin sasabihin ng who is that in French? So, that will be qui est. Qui est. Next, we have it's Caroline's friend. So, c'est l'ami de Caroline. C'est l'ami de Caroline. Third one, we have is Jesse's friend Italian or Indian? L'ami de Jesse est italien ou indien? L'ami de Jesse est italien ou indien? Take note, yung pagbasa ko ng IN, yung Indian, sa French, that will be indien. On. Yung IN basa doon, on. Pag simula yung I, mostly. Last example, we have Jesse's friend is Indian. L'ami de Jesse est indien. L'ami de Jesse est indien. Alright, so let's have some exercises muna for asking basic questions. The first and second one is already done. So you just have to put the right article. For the first one, we have fromage. So that's cheese in English. So dahil ang fromage is masculine, although nagtatapos siya sa letter E, kasi di ba pag may words na nagtatapos sa AGE, that will be masculine. So I will be using le fromage. For chanteuse, dahil babae siya, singer, that will be la chanteuse. So I'll give you mga 10 seconds or just pause the video if you're ready, just resume it. Okay, so reveal ko na yung answers. So the soleil or sun, that's le soleil. So that's masculine. Television or television is feminine. Kasi nagtatapos siya sa S-I-O-N. Next one, we have gâteau or cake. That will be masculine. Next, journal. Natapos siya sa A-L. That is masculine. And last one is nature or nature. It is feminine. So we're going to use la. Moving on, we have the gender of places. Yes, pati mga place, may mga gender yan. Let's start. For feminine, we have l'Afrique or Africa. Next is l'Australie, Australia. Third one is Chine or China, la Chine. And then yung pag CH, SH ang basa doon. And for France, that's la France. And Russia is la Russie. So for the masculine form, we have Brazil, le Brésil. Next, we have Canada, le Canada. And for Chile, that's le Chili. Again, pag CH, ang basa dyan ay SH. Next one, Japan, le Japon. And for Mali, that's le Mali. Alright, so let's have some sentences. First one, we have, does Paulo prefer China or Australia? Paulo préfère la Chine ou l'Australie. Next one, we have, Paulo prefers Australia. Paulo préfère l'Australie. Third one, does Antoinette prefer Japan or Colombia? Antoinette préfère le Japon ou la Colombie. And last one, we have, Antoinette prefers Japan. Antoinette préfère le Japon. So let's have some exercises ulit. So the first and second is already provided. So first one is Texas. So that is le Texas kasi masculine. Second is Tunisie or Tunisia. That's feminine. So la Tunisia. So I'll give you another 10 to 15 seconds to provide me the answer, or you may want to pause the video and just resume if you're ready. Alright, so I'll reveal the answers. First one, we have for the Brittany, that will be La Bretagne. Second one for Virginia or Virginie is La Virginie. And next we have Poland or Polonia, that's La Polonia. And lastly we have Venezuela, that will be Le Venezuela. Let's move on to lesson 5, the plural of nouns. The general rule is to add s to the singular noun. In the plural, le and la become les. First example, we have le carnet. That's notebook. So, pag naging plural na siya, les carnets. So, lalagyan mo lang ng S. So, notebooks. Next, we have la bag. La bag. For plural, that's les bag. So, same pronunciation din. Next rule, if a noun in the plural begins with a vowel or a mute H, you need to make a liaison with a Z sound. So, first example, we have liday or idea, magiging leziday. Mapansin nyo, hindi siya S yung pag a Z, may tunog ng Z. So, liday for idea will be leziday. Next, we have lachette or plate. And for that one, magiging lezachette. Lezachette. Third one, we have l'homme. L'homme for man. Pag men, les hommes. Les hommes. And last one, we have l'hôtel. That will be les hôtels. Les hôtels. Let's move to the next rule. We have nouns ending S, X, or Z do not change in the plural. First example, we have le nez. And the plural of that for noses is les nez. So, nagbago lang yung article. Next, we have la voix. And the voices, that will be les voix. Moving on, we have nouns ending in EU or EAU, usually taken X in the plural. First example, we have le feu for fire. Le feu. And for the plural, that will be les feux. For knife, we have le couteau. Le couteau. And for knives, that will be les couteaux. Same pronunciation, nag-iba lang sa article. For the flag, that will be le drapeau. Le drapeau. And for the plural, that will be les drapeaux. Next rule tayo, we have nouns ending in AL usually changed to EUX. So first example, we have l'animal. L'animal. So that will be les animaux. Les animaux. And next one, we have le cheval. Le cheval. And for the plural, it will be les chevaux. Les chevaux. So meron naman tayong mga exemption to the rules. So let's see the first example. We have le festival. Ang plural nun is les festival. Dinagdagan natin ng S. Next one is l'huile or I. And plural nun is les you. Okay, medyo mahirap i-pronounce yung I. That's l'huile. Okay. Third one, we have jewel. Jewel. That's le bijou. Le bijou, or in English, jewel, is les bijoux. Okay, dinagdagan natin ng X. Imbes na S dapat. Lastly, we have le nu. That's tire. So, just add S. That will be les nu. Alright, so next we have some nouns have different meanings when singular or plural. So, the first one is la vacance. Pag pinulural mo siya, mag-iiba yung meaning niya. That will be les vacances. And next one, we have le ciseau. Chisel. Pag naging plural siya, magiging scissors or les ciseaux. And some nouns naman are used only in the plural form. We have les murs, mors, and les arts, deposit. Alright, so let's have some sentences examples. First one, we have, do you like cats? So that's aimez-vous les chats? Second is, yes, I like cats. So, oui, j'aime les chats. So, dito muna, ninanin muna lang natin yung articles. Ang priority muna natin yung paggamit ng articles. Yung paggawa ng sentence, madidevelop natin yan in the upcoming chapters. So, dito may pattern naman yan makikita nyo. Okay, let's move on. Third example, we have, do you like spices? Aimez-vous les épices? Yes, I like spices. Oui, j'aime les épices. Fifth one, do you like Italian movies? Aimez-vous les films italiens? Yes, I like Italian movies. Oui, j'aime les films italiens. Okay, so lesson 6 na tayo. Indefinite articles. Alright, so for indefinite articles, we have on for masculine singular, un for feminine singular, and they for plural nouns. First one, we have un mois, a month. So, on is counterpart na is le. Pag definite article, le. Pag indefinite, that's on. So sa English, ito yung a or an. For next one, we have des mois. So that's months. Plural ng month is months, so that's des mois. Second, we have une montre. Dahil feminine ng watch or montre, we use une. So plural is des montre. Next is season. Dahil ang season ay feminine, that's une saison. And for plural form ng season or seasons, that's des saisons. Let's see some sentence examples. First one, do you have a garden? Avez-vous un jardin? Avez-vous un jardin? Yes, I have a garden. So that is oui, j'ai un jardin. Oui, j'ai un jardin. Do you have a dictionary? Avez-vous un dictionnaire? Avez-vous un dictionnaire? Yes, I have a dictionary. Oui, j'ai un dictionnaire. J'ai un dictionnaire. Alright, so let's have some exercises. The first and second one is already provided. So yung una, hotel. So the answer is un hotel. Kasi ang hotel is a masculine in gender. So on ang gagamitin natin, un. Paano naman pag ami? So ami is plural, so that will be des amis. Alright, so again, I'll give you 10 to 15 seconds or you may want to pause the video if you want more time and just resume it kung ready na kayo. Okay, so let's see the answers. Yung sa avion or plane, that will be un avion. So that's masculine. For lawyer, you have avocat. So dahil may isha, that will be feminine and we use un avocat. And for houses, that will be maison. Dahil plural, so you use des maison. And for key, that will be clay. So that's feminine, so un clay. And lastly, we have castles or chateau. So des chateaux. Alright, so let's move to lesson 7. That will be cardinal numbers. Cardinal numbers. Although final consonants are not pronounced in French, they are pronounced in the following numbers. Katulad ng 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. With 7, the P is silent, but the final T is pronounced. The final X in the 6 and dix is pronounced like an S. So ang basa dyan ay 6 and 10. Alright, so let's see the examples. I'll pronounce the French one and just look at the screen for the English translation na lang. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 40, 41, 42, 43, 50. Alright, so let's have some exercises. So the first one is already provided. So for 40, that will be 40. So I'll give you again 10 to 15 seconds. Then after that, I will provide the answers. Or you may want to pause the video muna, then just resume it kung ready na kayo. Okay, so let's see the answers. For 38, that will be 38. For 11, that will be 11. And for 42, that will be 42. For 16, that will be 10. And for 5, that will be 5. Alright, so let's move to lesson 8. That's ordinal numbers. Ano ba yung ordinal numbers? Ito yung first, second, and third. Okay. For the most part, follow pattern that ends with I-E-M-E, and premier and dernier are exemptions, or yung first and last. So let's see the examples. First one we have first, that's premier. Second is deuxième. Third is troisième. Fourth is quatrième. So lalagyan yung mga numbers tapos lagyan mo na ng EME. Yung E, tandaan nyo, that's accent grave ha. Hindi siya yung no accent, hindi siya yung accent aigu. Aigu. Take note in sa ordinal numbers in France, le premier étage corresponds to the American second floor. The American first floor naman is called le rez-de-chaussée. So let's see some example sentences. In English, on what floor is James' apartment? So that will be à quel étage est l'appartement de James? À quel étage est l'appartement de James? Second example, James' apartment is on the 6th floor. L'appartement de James est au 6e étage. Alright, so last example tayo. The law firm is on the 4th floor. Le cabinet d'avocat est au 4e étage. Le cabinet d'avocat est au 4e étage. Finally, we are in the last lesson, days, months, and seasons. Days of the week are masculine, not capitalized, and the week starts with Monday. First one is lundi, Monday, mardi, Tuesday, mercredi, Wednesday, jeudi, Thursday, vendredi, Friday, samedi, Saturday, and lastly for Sunday, that is dimanche, dimanche. How about for months of the year? So, katulad sa mga days and months naman hindi capitalized. So, let's start with January, janvier. February, février. March, mar. April, avril. May, mai. June, juin. July, juillet. August, août. September, septembre. October, octobre. November, novembre. December, décembre. For the seasons, we have 4 seasons of the year. So, for spring, that's printemps, le printemps. For summer, l'été. And for fall or autumn, that's l'automne. And lastly, for winter, that's l'hiver. L'hiver. Let's see some example sentences. First one is, Adele studies English on Saturday. Adele étudie l'anglais le samedi. Adele étudie l'anglais le samedi. Second one, we have Marie is arriving on Friday. Marie arrive vendredi. Marie arrive vendredi. Third example, is James' birthday on Sunday or Monday? L'anniversaire de James, c'est dimanche ou lundi? L'anniversaire de James, c'est dimanche ou lundi? And last example is Vincent travels to France in winter. Vincent voyage en France en hiver. Vincent voyage en France en hiver. Alright, so let's have a quiz for chapter 2. So for first part, we have the definite articles. So the first one is already provided. So manteau is le manteau. So we'll just provide if it's le, la, or les. Depende yun sa word. So I'll give you 5 to 10 seconds. You may want to pause the video na lang. And kung ready na kayo, just resume it. So let's reveal the answer for the first part. So for grenouille, that's la grenouille. And for naissance, that's la naissance. For chocolat, that's le chocolat. And for courage, that's le courage. And lastly, we have travail, that's le travail. Okay, moving on, we have the indefinite articles. So the first one is already provided. For mezzo, that's a feminine noun. So ang answer ay un mezzo. Kasi ang un is for feminine. So I'll give you 5 to 10 seconds again. And you may want to pause the video na lang. And if you're ready, just resume the video. Let's see the answers. So sa montre, That's a feminine noun. That will be une montre. Next, we have propriété. So that's a feminine. So that will be une propriété. And next, we have homme. So that's man. So, syempre, lalaki din yung gagamitin mong indefinite articles. That's on, homme. And for division, that's feminine. So the answer is une division. And for peinture, plural siya. So you have to use they peinture. So sa gender places naman tayo. So the first one is Gres. So dahil ito ay feminine, we're going to use la. So la Gres. So we'll just have to provide me the definite article. So I'll give you 5 to 10 seconds again. Then same ulit, just pause the video, and if you're ready, you may want to resume it. Alright, so let's see the answers. So for Indonesia or Indonesia, that's Londonese. So L apostrophe. Even if it's feminine, kaso L apostrophe pa rin gagamitin natin kasi vowel yung una niyang letter eh. So next we have Maroc or Morocco. So that will be le Maroc. Next one we have Peru. So that's le Peru. Sunod tayo, Floride. So that's la Floride. Lastly, we have Liban. So, le Liban. So, plural form naman tayo. We have the first example, la robe. And the plural is les robe. So, dito, pati yung article, syempre, magiging plural. Alright? So, I'll give you 5 to 10 seconds again. You may want to pause the video. And if pag ready na kayo, you may resume it. Okay, let's see the answers. First one, we have les robes. Ninagdagan lang natin ng S. Second one, le bijou. So this one, X, nagyan natin siya ng X. Les bijoux. Third one, we have l'école. So that will be les écoles. Fourth one, we have les nez. Le nez, so that will be les nez. And fifth one, we have le cheval. So the plural will be les chevaux. And lastly, we have le moi. So that will be les mois. Okay, this time, feminine form. Naka-masculine form yung noun mo, gagawin mo siyang feminine. So the first one, we have l'ouvrier. So that will be l'ouvrière. So again, I'll give you 5 to 10 seconds again. So you may want to pause the video, and pag ready na kayo, just resume it. Okay, so let's see the answers for le passager. That will be la passagère. And for l'avocat, that will be l'avocat. Le musicien, that will be la musicienne. And for le neveu, that will be la nièce. And lastly, we have le rédacteur, that will be la rédactrice. Alright, so finally, sa final part na tayo ng quiz natin, translate it. So, ita-translate mo lang yung English sentence, gawin mo siyang French. So, I'll give you 5 to 10 seconds. You may want to pause the video na lang. And kapag okay na, you can just resume it. Alright, so reveal ko na yung answers. First one is James A. l'avocat. James A. l'avocat. James is, syempre, James is yung A. L'avocat is the lawyer. Next one, we have la mère de Sophie est un musicien. So, Sophia's mother is a musician. Third one is le restaurant français est au 3e étage. Fourth one, we have Sarah étudie français le lundi. Last one, we have James voyage on Italy en printemps. James voyage on Italy en printemps. pronto. And that's the end of the video for Chapter 2, How to Speak French, which is gender, asking questions, and basic grammar. Next chapter will be about Chapter 3, which is verb conjugations. If you want to suggest another math and language video, please comment down below. Again, this is James, your math and language instructor. Merci beaucoup. Bye-bye.